Hello and welcome. No, don't do that. All right. Hey, y'all. Welcome to Stivers Homestead. I'm Zach. So our garden has still been doing pretty decent when it comes to like watermelons and a few tomatoes. We just got this one cut up, and this is always funny, so I wanted to show you all. I've gotten Bessie pretty used to the call. Watch. Bessie! Bessie! There he comes. Bessie! Watch him run. Watch him run. There you go. It's always fun. Bessie's the piggo if you didn't see it on there. Big old piggo. And watching his little legs run down that hill is too funny to get his watermelon. He knows when it's snack time. What are you making me do?
You were hungry.
So yes, I was hungry for lunch, and then so usually what that results in is Jen's spider webbing in the fridge, even though we like have all kinds of stuff. Get over here. Get over here. I like spider webbing in the fridge. She'll completely organize the fridge, and then she'll pull out a bunch of stuff that needs to be ate. And so we are making a lunch of stuff that needs to be ate. Yep. Then it works. It's working out well. So what you're about to see is me making my homemade tortilla chips. I don't know if you've ever seen that. They are amazing. So. They're so good. I think we did a TikTok a while ago, but I don't think we ever had it in a video. And we're gonna make a cheese dip. Yeah. So this is our thrown together stuff.
With some garden veggies that need to be eaten up.
Yep. So let's do it. So the first thing we're gonna do is the dip. So we have a Velveeta.
Gross, I know. But we had to buy it for an event, and now it needs to be used.
Right, it's just been sitting in there. So if you have the nasty old processed cheese, dips are pretty good to use. So we're gonna make a dip. We have some salsa that needs to be used. We have some poblanos that are going bad, so we're gonna get those in there. And then some ground beef that we had thawed out. So we're gonna get all that going, and then we'll show you how to make the tortilla chips. This is escalating quickly.
It is.
It started with just a little bitty pot, but we got the whole dang on crock pot. So it looks like this is gonna be lunch and dinner.
Yeah.
So the dip isn't anything special. I feel like this specific dip is probably fairly popular everywhere. It's just a block of Velveeta. A lot of people like the Mexican Velveeta. My mom actually used to make it a lot. And then we're gonna cube it, throw it in. If you're doing that big thing, you might need both of them. It's escalating. It's escalating. And then you want some kind of salsa to mix into it. So we have some garden fresh salsa that are like half full on each that we need to eat up. And then we'll add, we'll do the fire roasted poblano. So that'll be the one thing that's a little different. If you have a gas stove, it's very easy to do. Just turn on your gas stove, get this nice and charred. And then you can just take a spoon and scrape that off, cut it up, throw it in there. And it's really good, fire roasted anything. So I need to get the hamburger going while she's getting that going.
Just a big old block of cheese.
Do not cut your hand. Okay. Jeez, oh Pete. How's your stuff going? You got it done? What's that? What's that? Is that in the spice? Organic. Okay, I'm gonna show you how to fire roast the poblano if you've never done it. So let me take you down here. All right, you got that on there, or your gas on, and then you can just kind of set these on, like so. And then you're gonna wanna, I'm gonna completely drop them in there. But you're just gonna do that, and then you're gonna turn it over, see how it's already scarring it. That's the whole goal, just get her gut nice and scarred, and that'll get that skin loose.
Time to add the beef. This is our homegrown beef, so that's nice. And the salsa was half homegrown. The other was one that we picked up at a local farm that needed to be used up. So beef is in, cheese is melting, the salsa is coming together with the cheese. So we're gonna stir it all up and get everything melty.
All right, so I just threw 2 of those roasted poblanos in there because they smelled hot, and then I tried one and whoo, that light you on fire. So only 2 went in there. So now that that's melting, what are we doing?
You gotta make the chips.
Yeah, so the chips are very, very simple. You buy a pack of flour tortillas. It's gotta be flour tortillas. Yes, the small circles. Cut it into triangles like Jen has already done, and that will become your tortilla chip. So you need to have a good hot oil going on. That's not rusty, it's just how the light's shining in and making it look funky. Get your oil nice and hot, and then we'll show you how to do it from there. there you go. Nice, yummy homemade tortilla chips. I will say, try to get the thinnest flour tortilla chips you can. The thicker, sometimes they don't get as crispy. But for the most part, we're there. You can hear. Pretty good and crisp. And while our dip is melting, the kids, Jen got them on this. When they're doing homeschool, she makes them like a charcuterie board. So they're having some pepperoni, some cucumbers, orange, carrots, a little bit of crackers, a couple of replacements here on Raylan's, though. She likes apples and grapes rather than carrots and oranges, but they both like the cucumber, so that's what they're going to be eating for lunch.
There you go, cheese dip and the homemade tortilla chips. Yummy.
Lunch was fantastic. Actually, that's kind of a lie. Me and Jen don't even really like that much cheese, and it was too cheesy. But it filled the hole, you know, and it got rid of some stuff we needed to get rid of. So win-win, just not a big fan of that. So got some blank cards because we need to get some business cards for these trips we're going to take. And then I want to show you all some of the garden stuff that we've been doing, and you all are going to help me plant something here in a minute. Got them done, and they turned out really pretty. At first, I tried to do them with a green background, and that was not working. It was too much ink. So I had to go with a white background with sunflower. But, you know, it's part of that stuff I'm learning as being a designer in some aspects. All right, let's show you all what we've done in the garden. Then I'm in summon inside because Jen has got a project going on. So with some of our trips we've had going, this has been a little delayed, but I think we're gonna be safe, but we still have more to plant. So over here in the kitchen garden area, that's where we like to have our lettuces, our daily clippings that we do in the middle of the winter because it's cold. You don't want to go too far and you want to be able to get to it real close. So we have gotten one part of this L planted. So before I show you what we planted, let's talk about what you're seeing. So these hoops I built last year, and I just saved the PVC pipe, and it's just little clamps. I'll show you that in a second. I did that for plastic. So in the winter, it'll protect from frost and all that good stuff. Well, we have a bunch of chickens that roam around here and a bunch of kittens that like to roam around this area. So I knew that they would not allow my plants to germinate, and they would get in there and ruin it. So we had this netting that is primarily to keep bugs out and protect them, which is always a good thing, especially for co-crop, because when it's still warm, they love to munch on them. So it's gonna help out in that case anyways. And then when winter comes, what I'll do is I'll just put the plastic over this and then clamp it down. And then when we're having nice days, I can take it off and I'll still have my netting underneath. So that protects your plants, but allows them to get rain and allows them to get sunshine. So let's open it up and see if we've got anything germinate. So I planted several rows, me and Ray Ray did, this way, back and forth. There are some things that are already germinating. I've seen right here. Right here. Let's see. Nothing in those two rows. Oh, no, there's one. And then there, that is a weed. There's some. There's some, there's some. And then the arugula is really germinating well. Might have thinned some of that out. Really got a little wild there with it. So when I did this, I started with these little bitty plastic clamps and they did not work. So then I actually got some metal clamps that work out a lot well. Just put a screw on each side and it stays in there good. You can put it up and down to kind of give you the height that you want. But that is a simplistic way to turn your raised bed into a little mini hoop house and for you to allow yourself to grow all winter long. I promise you, the thing about co-crops, they can handle this cold, man. No matter where you're at, they can handle it, I promise. It can be completely snow covered on top, below 0 temps. They'll grow as long as you don't let that stuff sit on them. So the snow and the freeze, it can't literally sit on there. So if you have some double protection that's going on in there and it's keeping it off and they're just having to deal with the temps, they'll be okay. They won't explode on the inside and die off. They'll continue to go back. Biggest thing is if you are getting super cold, as you're cutting them, they're gonna be very slow at coming back and growing back, all your lettuces and different things. So that's the only downfall within the cooler temps that you have to worry about. But here in 6B, we're able to grow all winter long and clip and have salad all year. So in here, like I said, it's kale. That's all the way in the back. Those are some old seeds, so I might have to plant some new ones. Some Joy Choy Chinese cabbage, which is like a cut and come kind of cabbage style. And then we have a bunch of different salad mixes. and then arugula. We like arugula in our salad, give it a little spice to it. But that's what's in this bed. And then we'll also be planting that side of the L here in the very near future. We was thinking about doing it today, but Jen has a project she's wanting to tackle, and so that's what we're about to go look at. Jen is in declutter mode. Do not try this at home.
Hey, Dad, here you go.
Why do you have this?
I have no idea.
Right. Do you have any marker or anything? You can, let me see. Just anything that makes a mark. No. I need a marker. Go downstairs and give me a pen or something. Wow. Pen, marker, something.
These are the two things we only have. So if these don't work, I don't know what to tell you.
What even is that? Crayon it is. Yeah, safety third. Yeah. So what are we doing, babe?
Marriage.
But this one has good reasoning. The purpose is to get these kiddos back in their room. Wife's done pretty good about it, but Raylan doesn't want to be in her room. Is this going to be better? I guess time will tell. But simple things like not wanting to be able to see the door when she's laying down, so we move the bed around, change things up. The biggest thing though is y'all did a lot of decluttering.
Yes. Well, that was the main thing, is getting rid of most of the toys, like 90% of them. There's still a lot of toys in here, but you had no idea how bad it was before.
It's bad. And when we say get rid of, we mean either donate or we put in the attic to save for memorable items. And
Most
stuff.
of it saved.
Yeah, most things saved. But she's 7 now. She's getting to a point where she's starting to not play with stuff as much. So it's time to have a little girl's room, have a little baby's room. She's not sure about the situation.
I don't know where to put this.
It's your call.
Well then.
You like it?